Hi, where I'm at. I've spent several days modelling miniatures time this week, working on these guys, the Anglo-Saxon Fyrd that came from footsore, and very enjoyable to get them to this stage, but quite a bit of work because this batch had quite a few recessed mould lines as opposed to proud standing, sticking up bits of flash or just, a very thin line. They're otherwise very clean and beautiful figures, but they did need quite a lot of scraping and filing. I have a no tolerance policy towards mould lines, and the best way to deal with recessed mould lines is, I find usually, is to take away material from around them as opposed to trying to fill them with green stuff or liquid green stuff or whatever, which is very fiddly. So I sort of re-sculpt a little bit really with the file and with the craft knife to get rid of that. But they're beautiful figures. Really looking forward to painting them. Added a little green stuff pennant to this guy. He's probably the leader. He's the only one with a helmet and a cloak. Each figure is different, variations on several poses, and they are just very nice footsore figures as usual. They've just got something. The finish of the surfaces, apart from anything else, apart from mould lines, it's something to do with the roundedness, completeness of the surface that Bill Thornhill puts in there, and characterization and the particularity of the pose. All very nice. So that was my main effort, getting these to this stage this week. I also did some work on these. This is a footsore Pict, but also there's Crusader and a couple of Gripping Beast Picts here. The dogs are from Crusader, so I just finished these off and got them on their basic bases with milliput and primed them as well, so those are ready to go at. I received this very handsome looking rule set. I won't talk about it in any depth, I don't feel qualified to, but Ralph Astley pointed me out them. I think I had sort of noticed them years ago, but they failed to impress somehow. That this is exactly what I want, probably, a Dark Age set of specific rules without a lot of battle board mechanics like Saga. Very individualized, each figure having its own kind of rating. Well, there's some Yoms Vikings coming over the horizon there. The war bands, this thing, magical powers which you can easily ignore. It is set in the, as it says, the legendary Dark Ages. Anyway, it's very handsomely produced, and it's really quite a basic set, but with a lot of nice detail added, like legendary weapons and a lot of detail about traits and character capabilities, which is very enjoyable. I think will be. I had somebody, Chris Young, actually asked me about my philosophy about rule sets, and I can't really expound it very easily, because as I said, I think it comes down really just to playability. But I don't understand why rule sets don't all use paces. 1 centimetre or 1 inch equals 1 pace, or in smaller scales 10 paces or some such, and that you use paces throughout. It just, to me, immediately would put you in the position of the predicament of these guys much more. I mean, I kind of mentally do think in terms of, try to think of that as paces, but if it were written into the rule set, that's the kind of thing that I like, that whereby the rule set kind of disappears, but you have a vivid sense of being there. I know it would be easily dismissed with the one word playability, but it's a bit more than that, actually. It adds up to kind of evocation of the period. And I don't want to be thinking about how to cleverly exploit a rule set mechanic to, pile up a load of invisible points to kill the enemy's leader, like I've seen done in Saga, to win. It's the playing of it is much more interesting to me, and I want it to be, kind of, well, realistic, but and detailed, but not gamesy. So that's about all I can say about it, really. But when I'm painting these guys, this is why I'm holding these two as an example. I like to sort of enter into their world in a way like I'd imagine method actors enter into their characters, This young guy, nervous looking, slightly using his spear almost like a something to lean on or fiddle with, and he's sort of looking to the side, and he's got this bare wooden shield which has just got a couple of symbols crudely daubed on it, deliberately by me like that, because that's probably his own painting of it, and that's all he can achieve, and all he can achieve on the battlefield is his shield and his spear, whereas this guy is some sort of thane or soakman, a man who has got considerable value in his society, and he's got a Sutton Hoo type helmet without the decoration, practically, and a shield that has obviously been painted by, probably the tribal artist, as well as his spear. He's got a whacking great sax on his belt, and for an early Saxon, this guy is, with his chainmail as well, he's considerable. And as I paint them, I kind of think through them. I can almost imagine their living dwellings and their family situation and their hopes and fears. And all. I want a game set to kind of do that, but also for that to be sort of absorbable, so that I'm not thinking about the game set all the time. I'm thinking about these guys are sort of alive on my tabletop. Anyway, bit of a waffle. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you in another video.